Today in the crypto space, we see the market showing a bit of strength. Bitcoin right around $105,000 holding steady. Ethereum also holding steady right around 3,300. The rest of the crypto space, the altcoins, a few moves to the upside. Solana showing strength. Tron doing a nice move to the upside. Hyperliquid and a few others. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about one project that is part of a bullish narrative. And of course, that project is called AI16Z. So you know what? Let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome on the channel. We talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins. Looking for opportunity, whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on here with the general market. As you can see, the market at the moment, you know, is showing a bit of strength. Stability is strength at the end of the day, especially while you're seeing the trading volume dip a little bit. As you can see, the trading volume in the last 24 hours has been coming down, and price and market cap has been going sideways. And you can see Bitcoin has been following that lead, doing pretty good as the volume comes down. Okay, so what we want to see is a continuation of the strength that we're seeing in the market. A consolidation on Bitcoin right now is not bad of a scenario, and that would pretty much mean that eventually we should see a continuation to the upside, given the fact that Bitcoin has been impulsing upwards. However, guys, we need to be prepared because the altcoin market could still be giving us opportunities to DCA. And of course, we'll be looking for opportunities with great risk to reward ratios in the next couple of days so that we can continue DCAing. Now, we do see a lot of these projects holding sideways. Sideways price action is pretty much what we're seeing today. Solana sideways and many others. Tron getting a nice bounce to the upside. But, you know, significantly, the majority of the market is pretty sideways, as you can see. Planking, not really moving much. Consolidation is probably what we're going to see here. We're seeing Hyperliquid doing very well again today, despite the sideways price action throughout the market. It's up approximately 7.6% for the week, doing pretty good. Obviously, I got into some good positions on Hyperliquid upon the release of the video that I did a while back, and I'm doing pretty good there, guys. So if you got in and right now you're in the green, guys, congrats, because there's some good moves to the upside. And patience does pay off, guys. Just keep in mind, patience is the key. We see Trump stabilizing here. It's down 10.6% today. I think that it's healthy for this thing to cool off. We got to start getting back into the routine, looking for good projects with great fundamentals, and again, waiting for that altcoin season. As we keep on going down, we see, again, more sideways. The fractals here are pretty much identical across the market. We see a nice pump here on Mantle, and more sideways. Gate exchange token doing really good. Virtuals took a bit of a hit in the last little while, but it is up 6.7%. Guys, if you've been paying attention to the AI agent narrative, that narrative in itself is pumping pretty good. Guys, a nice recovery throughout the market, okay, throughout that sector. Okay, and that's why today I want to talk about AI16Z, because technically it's part of the narrative. It is a framework, a very popular framework, and it has retraced significantly. And of course, when you buy in, when there's blood on the streets, you get rewarded. And that's exactly what I did. You know, I bought the dip, I accumulated, and I got into a leverage long. And for me, that was the right opportunity. And I did release a video earlier on suggesting that opportunity. You know, when we get to these levels, you should be prepared. And on the Discord, we were talking about it. Guys, join that Discord, guys. If you're looking for a community to give you that support you need throughout the rest of this bull run, there's a link in the description, guys. It's absolutely free, and it's a great group, guys. A great group that we got going on there. Let's continue going down. Let's see what else we got here. Radium showing strength with the Solana narrative. Of course, I'm bullish. I'm bullish on Solana. You guys know that's one of my champions. Solana, Sui, and I'm waiting for Sonic Phantom to wake up here, guys. So look, Sonic at the end of the day is still down 26% in the last 7 days, but of course, buy the rumor, sell the news. This is what was, kind of thought of. It ran up prior, and all those gains pretty much wiped away. Ultimately, I'm expecting some good stuff here for Phantom, Sonic. So let's be patient here as well. A lot of good price action, but very sideways today. Very, very sideways. All right, guys, I know you're here to talk about charts, so let's begin. Let's take a look at what's going on with Bitcoin first, and then we'll take a look at AI16Z. Why? Because Bitcoin at the end of the day is a great leading indicator. And if we can identify weakness within Bitcoin, we might be able to apply that concept to the altcoin market, given the fact that Bitcoin, when it dips, it brings down the rest of the space with it. All right, guys, let's take a look at this in a little bit more detail. Bitcoin right now did kind of get a very slightly higher high. If it's a double top, it's a double top. But what's most important to me is that we consolidate here, that we don't fall and close candles below 102K. If we can hang around this level, that would be pretty good, because then we start looking at this as a potential. Now, it's not the cleanest, but a potential nice cup and handle. This right here kind of makes it look a little dirty, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, beautiful recovery, nice accumulation phase. And then obviously this volatility, we had a lot of volatility in the last little while, guys. So, we have to accept that this happens, but ultimately a beautiful consolidation here before an explosive move breaking the previous high, guys, and getting into price discovery is going to be epic. So we need to hold above 102. So what does that mean? That means that in the short term, if we do come back to 102 right around here, we could hold again. And in fact, we could respect the EMAs, as we can see on the 4-hour time frame. And if that were to be the case, wouldn't it a great opportunity to be looking for altcoin positions? Because if Bitcoin bounces, we'll have very bullish projects, altcoins run up with Bitcoin, and believe it or not, even outperform Bitcoin, even if the Bitcoin dominance is moving up. Guys, I've proved that to you time and time again. Your job as a trader or an investor is to find the bullish projects that will run with Bitcoin. And the reason why they run with Bitcoin is because Bitcoin is a leading indicator, number one, that capital is flowing in. And number two, people will be front running those bullish projects, not waiting for Bitcoin to rotate. In fact, getting in before Bitcoin rotates, because they know that Bitcoin is a leading indicator of the potential rotation that's going to happen. So what we have to do is find those bullish projects early, and of course, have some capital on the side just in case, because when Bitcoin runs, some altcoins also pull back because it sucks liquidity, right? Bitcoin sucks liquidity. So there's a bit of a balancing game, balancing yourself between bullish projects and having cash on the side to deploy just in case. And those probabilities is what makes, in the balance of those probabilities, is what makes you profitable. Okay, so what I want to see is Bitcoin do this. Guys, I anticipated some sort of reaction here, and we planned it out pretty perfectly. And now I'm waiting to see this resolve. Ultimately looking for a breakout here for another higher high would be absolutely epic. Of course, this was the 4-hour structure that we tracked on a daily basis, and it was doing pretty good. So far, so good. Volatility right now is pretty much oversold, but momentum is what's worrying me right now here on the 4-hour. Because if we get completely oversold, guys, we're going to come down for a bigger retracement. And that's what's going to put a bit of a challenge on this whole scenario. Now, the good news is that since the market is really bullish, could it be that we are going to hold on the chop zone? Number one, we've been very oversold with regards to volatility for a good while. Number two, and number three, we can definitely see a trend here. Let me connect some of these bottoms. We can see a trend. And the trend is that we are not getting completely oversold. We are slowly trending to the upside. We got overbought here, and every time we come down for an oversold condition, we actually don't make a lower low, and we're respecting an upwards trend, right? So we're staying more bullish than we are bearish, and that is a sign of a bull run. In moments of bull run, right, we do see overbought conditions linger longer. That's how we are able to sustain higher highs and higher lows. So the question for me is, are we going to expect a further correction and see Bitcoin fall further. And again, further meaning see this thing roll over, this structure right here. We did produce a lower high, and it's a bit concerning, a lower high after a higher high. And now is there divergence here? There is, right into here. We did get a bit of divergence, right? And we're getting the follow through as we speak here on the 4-hour on Bitcoin. Higher highs on the price action, lower highs on the momentum, and then all of a sudden a lower high on the price action as well. Now if we come down for that lower low, it's very likely that we start to get reset here on Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, guys. That will bring down the market. However, guys, if we stay here and we kind of consolidate here and we neutralize all that negativity and momentum, and the trend oscillator, it doesn't look very good. EMA is facing down red histogram bars, and it could get into the bearish control zone any moment here on the 4-hour. If it does happen, guys, it's not looking good. But again, the last moment of hope is down, you know, right around the 102,000. If we break below 102, guys, we're coming down for a little bit of a deeper retracement. I don't expect it to make a lower low and break down 102, but maybe back down to maybe about 100, and maybe even a little bit lower to figure out that maybe we're buying a bit of a dip and maybe holding support off of previous price action, previous horizontals, diagonals, and even the EMA here on the 4-hour. The 200 EMA is right here creeping up. So I feel like the 4-hour is right now going to give us the run for our money, guys. Be careful with the 4-hour time frame. The daily at the end of the day is still looking okay. Nothing. We didn't get overbought yet, so the strength is still in the daily. So every time that we see the momentum on the daily, you look like this, it's starting to look like we might continue upwards. And in the meantime, we might see the 4-hour do one of these, and then we continue, right? So the 4-hour could drag us down temporarily. And that's where you're going to get the opportunity on the altcoin market, including AI16Z. All right, guys, let's take a look at AI16Z, a framework within the AI agent narrative that should be one of the bullish projects, right, within the narrative. And we've seen it come down significantly, guys. So for me, it was about taking risk at the most opportune moment. Now, if you look at the daily time frame, we see volatility now pushing to the upside. That's a sign that we're getting a bullish response right now. However, momentum is still downwards trending. Now, it looks like it might want to pivot here. It might want to start moving to the upside, but it's still too early to tell because we didn't even break. The purple line is not even above the moving average. So we're still below the yellow line. We're still below it, okay? And if you look at the trend oscillator, EMAs are facing down. We got the red histogram bars, and we're in the bearish control zone right now. So it's still a little bit bearish. However, guys, if we start looking at the 4-hour here on AI16Z, this is where the magic happens. This is the trading moment that you wait for. Reason being is because we're getting market structure that suggests pivot point. We got a higher high right here, guys, and this was an epic moment, right? We got a higher high, and we were getting bullish divergence right here on the 4-hour. The 4-hour didn't get overbought yet. Sorry, guys. Let me just get this bigger so you can see. This didn't get overbought. The purple line didn't get overbought. Volatility did. And what we're seeing is the volatility to come down. And let it happen. Once this thing resets and we start looking for a continuation on momentum to the upside, we want to trade volatility and momentum in the same direction. And that way we can maximize our gains. Momentum pushing upwards, volatility to the upside means that we want volatility, but we want it in a direction that we could trade upwards. And momentum is saying continuation at this pace, okay? At this rate, we're looking for a continuation. What I also like about this chart is you can see this expansion is so large, this expansion is a lot weaker, and bit by bit, we're starting to get a weakness in the bears, and the bulls might be coming in very soon with bigger green expansions as we have done in the past. So maybe we should be preparing for that pivot point on the daily, but on the 4-hour is giving us good signals here, guys. Okay, so short-term dip are meant to be bought. Now, the big picture again, let's keep on looking at this structure. We made the higher high. Now we need to make that higher low. If we make a higher low and we get a confirmed higher low, it is a change of character. A change of character suggests that after making a multiple lower lows and lower highs, we are now ready to start making higher highs and higher lows via market structure shifting to the upside or changing character to the upside. Up until now, as you can see, we've been coming down. Then all of a sudden, we want to zoom in here and start to say, okay, is this a pivot? Again, shoulder, head, and then we come down for the right shoulder. And that's where the magic really happens. How low could we go? Let's take fib levels out. Let's see. First of all, what's going on here? This is looking bullish. EMA's up, green histogram bars on the 4-hour. So the 4-hour is looking really good still. And the 4-hour could slowly change the sentiment on the daily, the structure on the daily, right? It's going to take time, but we could definitely happen. So what I want to do is kind of see what kind of Fibonacci retracement we're dealing with. Come down to the golden pocket 618. Perfect confirmation or confluence at the previous lows right here. Okay, very perfect confluence with the volume. Beautiful confluence. So what I would be doing here is if you're on the sidelines, or if you're wanting to dabble in and you already have some, you know what, I don't think you should be buying right now, personally speaking. What I would be waiting for is either a structure right here right now, whether we flag out bullish and get that continuation to the upside, or wait for a healthy retracement that takes us to hunt this liquidity. And then at this level, we can start looking for another structure that suggests pivot point, maybe on the 1 hour, or even on the 4 hour itself. At this point, these are my two levels. Right now, right around this level, as we dip, you might want to wait until the structure forms, and if it does, great. If it doesn't, the next level is at the golden pocket, which lands at about 9.4 cents, 9.5 cents. Great opportunity. Invalidation obviously is down here. If we break below the 75-cent mark, more or less, guys, we're coming down. We're coming down in the next levels all the way down that 58 cents, and that would be super bearish. However, imagine this being a nice pivot point structure, eventually getting a confirmed change of character here. This thing already sold off significantly, guys. There's a lot of people that have already capitulated. The sell pressure, you know, has peaked. It's slowly tapering off right now. As you can see, it's rolling over. The majority of the sell volume came in right into here, and now we're kind of tapering off. Now, if we can get some buy pressure, which we've gotten as well, would be awesome, and especially to start seeing signals that when we dip, we get less sell pressure, but when we rise, we get higher buy pressure, would suggest that the market participation is more interested in buying than selling. We want buying to outperform, basically demand to outperform supply, and that's how we're going to make higher highs and higher lows. So far, so good right here. I'm going to quickly clean this up because it's starting to look like a mess, and of course, my charts do get messy real quick, so I just want to kind of like, you know, golden pocket. I kind of like that, guys. If we can, good confluence, never mind. Very good confluence. This volume gap is already filled, so I'm gonna get rid of it. There's no point. I don't want to clutter up charts for no reason. Let's get rid of this. Now, oscillators, just one more look. If we get the volatility down here, guys, that's when we start getting in. But so far, so good on the 4 hour. I'm bullish on the 4 hour right now, and this could be the greatest pivot point structure on this project. In the next little bit, we could see some good price action. Look at the volume that diminishes above $1.40. We break above $1.40, guys. Emptiness begins. A lot of weakness begins above. Okay, so the real break that we got to watch out for and prepare for and accumulate for is the break of this. We break this zone, we start to get into a good place to see the price really cruise to the upside without many levels of resistance. Very psychological resistance points, but not much volume to act as resistance once we can pivot out of here and pick up enough bullish bids to gain that strength upwards. All right, guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor. Slap the like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description below. Feel free to join that Discord, guys. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. Guys, I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.